My name is Wayne Wozniak. My wife Phyllis and I are missionary educators in South America.
My husband and I work together here in Lima, Peru, with a Bible school where we train young men and women and prepare them for full-time ministry.
We're approaching now 300 graduates in South America. If we went back 23 years ago when we first moved to Peru, we would have never dreamed that it would have that type of an impact. We have churches now that have planted up to 20 daughter churches.
Respecto a la familia Bosnia, es una gran bendición contar con ellos desde el primer momento de que los conocí. Personalmente, yo no contaba con la economía para poder estudiar. Recuerdo que yo me estaba yendo y el pastor Bosnia me dijo: nunca permitas que la economía sea un tropiezo para tu ministerio. Si tienes el llamado, el Señor suplirá. Entonces consiguieron patrocinadores para que yo continuara estudiando y ahí fue creciendo el ministerio. La hermana Phyllys, una consejera para mi persona, para nuestro matrimonio y nuestro ministerio.
Juntos trabajamos en el ministerio de más de 19 años. Pastoreamos ya alrededor de 4 iglesias y nos sentimos contentos de servir al Señor.
We feel like this is the best way to fulfill the Great Commission, training national workers to reach the harvest in South America. And we tell people all the time that a native Peruvian, a native Colombian can reach another Colombian better, faster, cheaper than we can. If you want to reach South America, train South Americans, and it works.
Agradecido profundamente a Misiones Mundiales, ya que ha sido el canal de bendición también para que los pastores Bosnia estuvieran aquí y poder levantar los pastores, ministros, iglesias.
Y como todos ya sabemos, se ha ido engrandeciendo el reino de Dios porque han sido de bendición para muchos ministros y seguiremos creciendo. Gracias, familia Bosnia, y gracias, Misiones Mundiales.
I feel many of our students are what we would classify as the last, the least, and at least the ex-lost. They were very lost, and I think the best way to reach the last, least, and the lost is to train those who used to be last and least and lost, and they've got a burning passion to reach and finish the Great Commission.
Me alejé mucho de mi familia y por cuestiones de la vida llegué al narcotráfico. Y siendo narcotraficante llegué a la cárcel el año 95 y estuve por espacio de 4 años. Estando en la cárcel 2 años ya, a principios de enero del año 97, me predican de Cristo, acepto a Jesús como mi Señor y Salvador. Al salir de la cárcel he venido a que quería saber más de la Biblia. Ellos me aceptaron, me quisieron mucho, no les importó mucho de dónde venía, de la cárcel, por decirlo así. Entonces, a partir de ahí ellos me enseñaron bastante la Biblia. Somos pastores ahorita en la Iglesia de Dios Monte Sión, acá en Perú. Y hace una semana tuvimos nosotros la celebración del Día del Pastor y mi hijo, el mayor, empezó a hablar palabras y él decía, y me dijo a mí: yo también quiero ir al seminario porque yo quiero hacer lo que mi papá hace.
When we first came here to Peru, behind the Bible school there's a mountain, and there was a family living on that mountain, and we came to learn was the wife and children of a Church of God church planter who had been killed by the Shining Pathway terrorist movement. They had literally killed him, cut his body into pieces, and thrown him off the cliff in the mountains. And the kids were young, and we met them right away. We began to talk to them and kind of, spend some time with them. And we really found that all of the kids were holding a lot of bitterness inside. They were angry at God. How could God do this? Our dad was a good man. He was a church planter. Look at all he did, and God let this happen. The oldest daughter was just over 18, and I would invite her to our house because we had teenage daughters, and so we tried to encourage her. And the day the Bible school opened, she came and found me, and she said, I feel like the Lord wants me to study and continue the work that my father began. A couple of years later then, she came to Wayne and said, Saul is starting to get into some bad friends and getting into trouble. Please talk to him.
The fact that he was without a father and me being raised without a father, I really felt like there were a lot of disadvantages in my life by not having a father. And so I wanted to step up to the plate and be like a surrogate father to him. He'll tell people, Wayne didn't preach at me a lot, but he loved me.
Just 1 year after my dad was killed, I met the Wozniak family. And they just loved me the way I was. They took me under their wings, and he didn't preach me a lot. We just became friends.
Wayne challenged him, like, what would you like to study? He said English, and Wayne said, okay, we'll help you study English if you will study in the Bible school program on Saturdays.
Actually, he tricked me to go to the Bible school. I was like, English free, Bible school, I really don't care. Your money, good deal. And in the meantime, also I was studying computer science. Before I graduate, I felt the Lord actually speaking to my heart and saying, what are you going to do after you're done with your computer science? Are you fixing computers, cleaning keyboards and restoring softwares? What if I make you a cleaner of street kids with their addiction, a fixer of broken lives, and a restorer of marriages?
He prayed and said, okay, God, I'll give you a month. If you're calling me into ministry, then open up a door for me to pastor a church, and I'll give you 30 days. And he said that 2 weeks later, the district pastor called him up and he said, I've got a church that's opened up. Would you consider pastoring it? And Esau was like, wow, you're fast, Lord. He said that all his life, he prayed for a father, he prayed for a brother because he's got 3 sisters, and he prayed for a best friend. When he went to the church the very first Sunday, he saw the people there, and he said he felt like the Lord spoke to his heart and said, you've prayed for a father, you've prayed for a friend, you've prayed for a brother. These people here, they need a father, they need a friend, and they need a brother. And will you be that for them? And that's when he met Abner.
Abner, ¿cuál fue tu deseo o cómo es que tú quisiste venir al seminario?
Me motivó venir acá, seguir sus pasos. Quise aprender de la Biblia, quise aprender y pastorear futuro y poder enseñar a más personas de la Biblia, enseñar las evidencias de Dios, enseñar y seguir los pasos de usted y poder también preparar a otras personas más en el ministerio.
I can't think of anything more satisfying than to see somebody that you poured into their life, really not knowing it was going to become that big.
I just want to serve my Lord and hear him say, well done, you were obedient. We want to finish well. We want to finish well. And now we're at that other end of life. And it's just something that rings in my head again and again. You know, I want to finish well.
If Jesus started off with 12 and they grew to 120, and the scripture says they turned the world upside down, what more could we do in the Church of God as a mighty army if every member became involved in reaching the last, the least, the lost? The impact that we could make in this world would just be phenomenal.